Alright, let's talk about the new update. It's finally here. Yeah, it came with a bit of a delay, but honestly, delays happen, and this time it feels like it was worth it. I'm guessing by now most of you have either already seen the showcase or tried out Rio yourselves, so I'm not going to make this one of those full gameplay breakdown videos. Instead, while some Rio gameplay runs in the background, I want to focus on something else, something bigger. You remember when Loki dropped and I made that video talking about what felt like the downfall of Blue Lock rivals? Yeah, well, this one's the opposite. Today, we're talking about the Rise of BLR. Because this update, alongside the recent King rework, is bringing the game back to life in a way I haven't felt in a long time. And judging by the comments, the in-game chat, and even the Discord, I'm definitely not the only one feeling this way. I haven't seen this kind of positive feedback in a while. No major complaints, no serious hate, just genuine hype. And today, we're going to talk about why that is. But before we dive in, real quick, if you enjoy videos like this and want to help me hit that 20,000 subscriber milestone, please consider subscribing. It helps a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. Alright, let's get into it. So, what makes this Rio update so good? Well, first off, let's talk about the depth. This rework is one of the most detailed and layered we've seen so far. Rio essentially has two playstyles built into one, an offensive mode and a defensive mode, and each of them comes with their own awakening abilities. That alone is wild. Each awakening path has around 3 unique moves, and the fact that you can switch between them depending on how you play makes him insanely fun to use. As I said in my last video, the Rio I imagined in my head is exactly what we got. And honestly, that's rare. Usually there's always a little disappointment with how a character ends up being designed or animated, but not this time. The attention to detail is unreal. From his base copy ability, which now lets you copy world-class moves because he's a NEL variant, to his split modes that actually feel balanced. It's just all so well thought out. And they didn't make one mode clearly better than the other either. It's both offensive and defensive Rio have their strengths. Now let's talk animations. I don't say this lightly, but these might be the best in the game so far, even better than what we saw with the King rework. From his copy of Nagi's tap lift, to Neo Dragon Drive, to the move where he copies Aiku, it all just looks incredible. Every awakening move is polished, dynamic, and satisfying to pull off. The only one that feels a little off is maybe the Hyro shot. The animation looks great, but the timing feels a bit too drawn out. Still, that's a minor complaint in the bigger picture. And get this, if you're in offensive mode, you can essentially have up to 4 awakening moves. Because the copy ability regenerates twice, you can end up copying Magnus and Kunigami, then combine that with Neo Dragon Drive and Neo Gyro Shot, and boom. 4 unique awakening shots in one go. And what's even better is that it doesn't feel overpowered. You still have to get possession, you still need to position well, and you're still relying on having certain styles around you to copy from. It's balanced in a really smart way. The only real concern I've seen, and one I kinda agree with, is the trap ability in his base moveset. Not the one where he copies Aiku in Awakening, but the actual trap that lets him intercept any shot. The devs previously said they wouldn't add this type of move again because it's annoying and unfair. And I kinda agree. I always thought that kind of move should stay exclusive to Nagi or maybe Loki, so it's a little weird to see it here. But still, overall, this update is goated. Easily one of the best we've ever had, and it really feels like the start of something new. Something better for Blue Lock rivals, especially when you look at what's coming. Everyone thinks the next update is going to be nigh, but that's actually not the case. NEL Nagi drops July 19th, so we've still got 2 weeks. That means the next update is likely something else. Either a QOL update or even better, a rework for Yukamia or Shadou. And personally, I'd love to see both. They've been outdated for a while and they deserve the same level of love Rio just got. With the level of quality we're seeing from the animation team right now, especially from Abu, I fully believe they can make Yukamiya's animation shine even more and take Shadou's already cool visuals to another level. And remember, after that we've got the NEL Nagi release and the McNagi event, the burgers versus fries versus nuggets showdown. I'm hoping McNagi's skin has its own unique animations too, different from NEL Nagi's, and judging by how they animated Rio copying Tap Lift, I'm seriously hyped. So yeah, I really believe NEL Nagi could become the most popular style in the game. And at launch, I'm calling it 400,000 players. Easily. But anyway, that's just me. I've said what I think, now I genuinely want to hear what you think. How are you feeling about the Rio update? Do you prefer using him in offensive mode, or are you vibing more with the defensive style? Are his awakening abilities living up to the hype, or do you feel like they could still use a bit more tweaking? I'm also super curious about your opinion on the trap move in his base kit. Do you think it's balanced the way it is now, or should that kind of ability be kept exclusive to characters like Nagi and Loki? And as for what's coming next, are you hyped for NEL Nagi? Or maybe you're more interested in potential reworks. If so, who's at the top of your list? Shidu, Yukamia, or someone else? Let me know what you're hoping to see in the upcoming updates. I've seen some insane suggestions from you all in past comments, and it's always a blast reading through them. You never fail to surprise me. But here's the big question. How are you feeling about the state of the game overall right now? Do you think this is truly the rise moment for Blue Lock rivals? Is this the beginning of the comeback arc we've all been hoping for? From what I am seeing, it definitely feels like it. So let's open it up. Let's really talk. Share your takes, drop your ideas, vent your thoughts. I read everything. I love this community and the energy you all bring to these discussions. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. It really means a lot. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new here and want to keep up with everything happening in Blue Lock Rivals, make sure to subscribe. Big stuff is coming, and I want you all to be here for it. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention one last thing. We're still waiting on that possible chem reaction between Nagi and Rio. I'm seriously hoping it shows up with the McNagi event, or maybe right after. It'd be the perfect time for it, and it would add even more hype to the season. Also, if the devs are watching, next week would be a perfect time to either drop a solid QOL update, or finally give Yukamia the rework he's been needing for a long time. Here's a detailed breakdown of what I think could really elevate his style. Let's start with Lethal Touch. Remove it entirely and replace it with La Boba, the slick dribble Yukamia pulled off during the U20 match against Naru. This move could have a stun effect, giving him a fresh, impactful edge. Freestyle should feel more rewarding. After pulling it off, it should flow directly into a gyro shot, kind of like how NEL Bachira's combo works. That would not only look clean, but make Yukamia more dynamic in play. He definitely needs a proper audio line during his awakening. Every mythic should have one, and Yukamia deserves it just as much. As for street dribbling, this move needs to be invulnerable to steals. Make it feel smooth, uninterruptible, and stylish, just like the name suggests. Lastly, with dribbler flow, let's expand its potential. Instead of just one dribble, allow 2 chained dribbles for a more creative and fluid experience. These changes wouldn't just make Yukamia more viable, they'd bring him in line with the current mythic standards and remind players why he's such a fan favorite. Anyway, what do you think about the current updates we've been getting? Do you feel like the game's finally healing a bit? Drop your own update ideas too. I always love reading them. Let's keep the conversation going. I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, stay sharp, keep cooking, and peace.